Hey everybody, Ghost Fox here. Today we're going to take a look at the XinMeng XM-326 gaming mouse. Here's a look at it. And it's got a pretty nice design. It's got a really nice ergonomic design to the mouse itself. This little spot here may look like a button, but it's actually not. It's just a clear little LED design aspect. It kind of looks like a little targeting reticle, if I can get in closer for a look at that. So that actually does not move, it does not push, it does not turn. And here's a front view of the mouse. It's actually a pretty symmetrical design for the most part. So if you are one of the few left-handed gamers that has not adapted to playing with a mouse in your right hand, you could still use this in your left hand if set up properly. The only difference being, of course, that these front and back buttons are always going to be on the left side of the mouse. You really can't, do anything about that design-wise. The grip on this is actually pretty good. It does a good job of having a spot for your thumb to sit, and there's a little bit of added grip on the side where these little arrow areas are. It's actually inset, so your fingers do grip onto that a little bit. The mouse wheel, very smooth roll. There's no grabbing or hitch whatsoever, and the buttons also don't take a whole lot of pressure to depress. They don't quite have the hair trigger of some of the more expensive gaming mice, something like the Logitech G600 series, the Razer, I want to say the Death Adder. That's sort of their baseline gaming mouse. It doesn't quite have the hair trigger you might get out of those, but this is a pretty sensitive mouse. Now this does have accompanying software with it that comes on a little disc. The only downside is that the instructions are entirely in Chinese. Not that you necessarily need instructions for a USB mouse, but there are some pictures in there to kind of follow along. The problem is with the directions. Obviously, if you really needed them, you're not going to be able to read anything. It does come in this, sort of plain little black cardboard box, and with the directions and the drivers. You don't need to use the drivers. It will work right out of the box. It's just plug and play. And the only thing you won't be able to control is the LED settings. It's a multicolor LED light that will pulse and change colors by default. And it has the single DPI switch right here. So you will cycle through 4 DPI settings, which are highlighted by the various lights, the 4 lights here. Now, if you use the provided software, you can customize those anywhere up to the maximum on this mouse of 4,000 DPI. Now, there are other gaming mice that have higher DPI ratios. They can go up to 7,200 on several of them. So I think that 4,000 is definitely good for just about any but the most sensitive gamers. People may be playing first-person shooters or something that requires just ultra-sensitive mouse movements. You might find this a little bit lacking, but honestly 4,000 DPI is in that sort of higher end of the sensitivities. So this definitely works well and does have some customization to it. And it comes in a pretty nice design. It's very stable. It is light enough that it's not heavy to move around, but it's still substantial. It's not one of those gaming mice that just feels like it's completely made of hollow plastic. You definitely don't have that with this. And it does also have the braided cable here for some additional durability, if you're moving this around a lot, or if you tend to plug and unplug and move around your mouse and your accessories, then that's definitely a plus. So it's definitely well made, and I think the only thing I would like to see in this that it doesn't have is that slightly higher sensitivity. I would like to see the availability at least of 7,200 DPI in a gaming mouse, but overall this XM-326 from XinMeng is really nice. It's very attractive, fully customizable, and has only the most minor downfalls to it. And for a price range of around $20, it's really kind of hard to argue that it's a good option for entry-level gaming. All right, well, that's taking a look at this mouse for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up or a like, and thanks for watching.